Excellent. So just waiting for everybody to come in and settle. And yeah, so Catherine says, hi, she is in Vancouver. And Diane Land says she is in West Vancouver. And then the three of us that you can see, well, I'm just outside of Glastonbury, Avalon, in a village called Wookie. And Katrin is in Glastonbury. And whereabouts are you, April?
I'm currently in Whistler, but I'm from Vancouver, Canada. So hello to the fellow Vancouverites.
Yeah, lovely. And if you are watching on our Bright Shining Stars group, please don't be shy. Say hi. Put your name down and say where you are viewing from. Where are you currently viewing from? I'm just checking this too. Oh, two comments. Ah, Paula saying hello. Annie says, hi Rachel, she's from New York. Tina, Raina, Cheryl, and Paula Denya are watching. Tina says, hello lovely, Rachel and all. She is near Nelson, BC, Canada at the moment. Oh, that's wonderful. So we've got a few people here watching. So lovely to see you all. So, well, 2015 was quite the year. I was very happy in Vancouver, British Columbia. And the family and I, we took a visit to England. It was my mother-in-law's 70th birthday, so it was very important. In fact, it couldn't be missed. And part of that trip, we came to Glastonbury. And there's a series of synchronicities that brought us to Glastonbury, which I'll have to share another time. Some of you may know this story. So I visited the most beautiful place called the Chalice, the Sacred Chalice Gardens in Glastonbury, the Chalice Well Gardens. And whilst I was visiting there, I had an extraordinary experience as I was meditating by the wellhead. And Mother Mary spoke to me and said, come and sit by me. And I looked up, not knowing these gardens, looked up and there was a statue of Mother Mary, of course. So I went and sat by her because there was a bench right there. And basically, she gave me a whole download to say, well, it's time to come back to England. And when you come back, come here. Come here. So I took that and thought, okay, well, this is going to be a rather interesting conversation with my husband. Darling, Mother Mary says we're moving back to England. Okay. Anyway, he was having his epiphany of a very different sort, more around football and beer and family. I'm not sure in that order, maybe, I don't know. But that was February 2015. And by the July 2015, we had moved the whole family from Vancouver to just outside of Glastonbury. And I didn't know why I had to come. All I knew was that flight over the first time to visit, I had the Mists of Avalon in my hand, and I started reading it on the plane coming over in February, and I finished the book on the plane journey in July, 25th of July 2015. And once I was here, wow, it's such a mystical place, a sacred place. And the locals we refer to it as, oh, you had your Glastonbury experience. Things happen here. It's mystical, it's deep, it's transformational. The ley lines, there are just so many ley lines converging underneath Glastonbury. And of course, there's so much history. And so, like I said, I didn't know why I was here. I just trusted. And what it took me to was training to be a priestess, discovering and reclaiming that part of me that I had forgotten. And it took me to leadership. It took me to being a director at Goddess House. And of course, it took me to learning ceremony and ritual. And it took me to very much a deeper understanding of the power of Mother Earth and the land. So here I am, 7 years later, and for those of you who do know me from Vancouver, yeah, I still do the channeling, I still do the mediumship, and I do connect to the angelic realm. And I also do channeling, Magdalene channeling now, and healing and ceremony and ritual. And one of the things that I'm passionate about, I love to do, is to facilitate others in their discovering and being their sacred essence, the truth of who we are, our sacred essence, beyond the egoic story, beyond the illusion of separation, and into that sacred place of the divine. And I absolutely love to guide people and to help them heal what is in the way of knowing that. So today's presentation is about a really special offering to help to offer you that opportunity to come to this mystical sacred place and to have your own deep transformational experience, to reclaim perhaps parts of you, to awaken your goddess within, to expand, to understand it, go deeper with it. If you're already aware of it, I know many of you are just amazing teachers, healers, coaches, speakers. So this is a really unique place. And it was last year when I, out of the blue, the lovely April, just messaged me saying, I'm in London. Do you fancy meeting up? Well, I'm sure little did she know that London is about 3 hours away. But as soon as she said, I knew, well, one, I want to see her to catch up, but I just knew it was important. You know, those little synchronicities, those little feelings you get that I just need to be there. However, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. So I think it was December that we got together and we had a wonderful afternoon in London. We had a lot of fun and catching up, and we also shared ideas. And April explained to me about what she was now doing, which sounds incredible. I'll let her say a little bit more about that, but just to say that she is a conscious guide for women to experience travel and sacred places, and also to have experiences that are enlightening and have a positive impact on their lives. So she was telling me about this, and she invited me. She said, look, why don't you come to Paris and come and do like a workshop or some deep transformational work with people, spiritual work with people. And I said, that's brilliant, thank you, yes, lovely. And then we got talking, and I just looked at her and said, well, why don't you come to England? Why don't you come to Avalon? I'm there. I'm a priestess. Why don't we do something there? And it was just so wonderful to kind of like see. It was like as if, you know, there was like a revelation. It was like, oh, yeah, that's why I'm here in England. So that was how the seed kind of started. And then, of course, it's grown to this really beautiful offering. and then Katrine and I, well, Katrine and I have known each other for, well, probably since I've been here pretty much. And we have worked together. We have done training together, leadership training. We have been on a pilgrimage together, which was so much fun. And 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 she is just such a dear, beautiful being. Her essence shines as well, and I'm really grateful to have her as a friend. And also, she is so good at holding space and organization. And so I'm just very grateful to have her here, and of course, April here. I would think it's a good time to hand over just to the two of you. April, if you want to go first and just say hi to people here and say a little bit more about you, about what you do, what you're offering, what you're passionate about, and also particularly
Mhm.
what you love about what we're offering here in Avalon.
Well, thank you, Rachel. Can you hear me okay now? I just want to make sure. Okay. Well, let me start by saying I met Rachel quite a while ago, and she has strongly, profoundly impacted my life, because when I started opening myself up to spiritual people, practices, and tools, I came across Rachel as an angel healer. And she was just full of light, so bright, colorful, smiley, shiny. And I was really drawn to her. So I managed to get her on a one-on-one coffee date. And one of the first things she told me was, in her beautiful, lovely accent, I won't try to replicate, April, do you know you have wings? And they're just not quite opening up yet. And so I felt like I made it my mission to open up my wings and really spread them wide. And I was really inspired, and I knew I was on this path. So we had stayed in touch and reconnected in London when I was there for a really short visit. And when Rachel said, you know, I feel like you're going to be doing retreats for women, and not just retreats, but spiritual retreats. I thought I was just going to be an intuitive travel guide, specializing in Paris and France, sometimes Greece. And I didn't know London was going to be on my itinerary, because my business is called April in Paris. So when we put our minds and our hearts together and joined in this conversation, it just felt really easy, and it felt so right. And once the ball started rolling, you know, the excitement grew. And as we were planning and putting together this beautiful package, I was just really solid in knowing that this is what we need more of. We need more of this in our world, in our lives. And I had done so many retreats, but I know with Rachel, this is going to go deeper. And this is going to create meaningful and impactful change in all of our lives, myself included. I'm here to learn, and I'm here to participate and support, and really invite women who are really ready for this transformation. So while Rachel takes care of the retreat side, I want to act as your personal concierge and provide pre and post retreat support by inviting you to join me in London for 3 days so that you can settle in. You know, we all have busy lives here in Vancouver, whether you're a mom or a woman in business. It's really time to just honor yourself and take the time to restore, to replenish, to rejuvenate, so that when we go back to our families, we can be better. And we can be better for ourselves and for the people we take care of. So this is what I know this retreat is going to help a lot of women with. And so we don't just want to throw you in there. We want to get you settled into London, find you nice accommodations, give you some city tours in very charming boroughs of London, you know, not doing the regular touristy things, but really know that this is a curated 3-day pre-retreat. And then after the retreat, you know, you still have 2 days to enjoy in London, maybe pick up some souvenirs or just settle in and take the time to have an integration process before we release you back to your families and your busy worlds. So I'm also there to help and support Rachel and Katrin, be the runner around. Just think of me as your concierge, and whatever you need, we'll make sure that you're well attended to. And that's my part.
Beautiful. Thank you, April. Before I turn to you, Katrin, I just want to say hello. Some hellos have come in. Sharon. Sharon says hi from North Vancouver. Jacinda says hello, originally from North Vancouver, viewing and living in Cranbrook now, which is still in Canada. Is it still BC, April? Sorry, Jacinda, I can't remember. I think it's BC. Is that right?
Yes, Cranbrook is past Nelson.
Thank you. Yes, Jacinda says yes.
Very quiet little town.
Lovely, thank you. Thanks, Jacinda. And then just here on our page, yeah, Paula says, I'm in Wells and Somerset. We are spiritually richer for having you here with us. Oh, that's so beautiful, Paula. Paula, ditto, my lovely ditto. Okay, so Katrin, will you please tell us a little bit about yourself and what you are passionate about and what you love to do, and what are you really looking forward to with this retreat?
Thank you, Rachel. Yeah, my name is Katrine. This summer I will be 9 years in Glastonbury. 9 years ago, I finished my spirals in the reclaiming tradition and dedicated as a priestess to the goddess. And within 3 weeks, I packed up my entire life in Madrid. I was living in Spain at this time, having a really corporate life, working for big American IT companies. Packed everything together and moved to Glastonbury without even knowing Glastonbury. And it was a ride, but it was definitely really guided. And I have to say, I can't tell you enough how much Glastonbury is bringing you closer to yourself, closer to the divine feminine, closer to really the core of why we are here and what we have to give. And well, Glastonbury is like the Isle of Glass. So we have so much water around us, and it's the heart chakra of the world. So there's so much what we can, there's such an amplifying energy surrounding us. And it's just, yeah, for the best place for a retreat, basically, to do any spiritual work. It's one of the best places in the world because the energies are really allowing you to go really deep. And when Rachel, I know Rachel's work's amazing transformative work, and doing something like this in this, where you're so supported and held by the land, is just allowing you to really step up your life. And when she told me that she wants to do this retreat, I said, please let me help you. I'm running retreats and groups and pilgrimages in Glastonbury for 8 years now, I think, nearly 8 years. I'm working mainly with German speaking and Spanish speaking groups who are coming over, and I can tell you it's like the difference in the faces when people are arriving and when they are leaving. It's just absolutely like, yeah, I don't even have words. It's just, it's so beautiful and so deeply touching. And so yeah, I can just, I don't know what else to say. It's just jump on this plane, come and have the experience of your life. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thanks, Katrina. That's brilliant. So I think what would be lovely, and I'm just looking at time, but I still really would like to give you just a little essence of Avalon, right? So I'm going to invite you, we're just going to have a very short journey just to start to feel into the energies of Avalon and also to our own goddess within. Okay, so I'm going to now invite you to close your eyes. Yeah, you're going to hear me put on some music, wake up my little speaker here. And I'm going to invite you to breathe. Breathe deeply. And every breath you take, allow yourself to go deeper relaxed. Knowing that every breath in, you're bringing in brand new energy, a new, fresh start, new beginnings. And every exhale, you're letting go of the past, all that's been used, and all that no longer serves. Bringing yourself into the present. And feel your body rise and fall with your breath. Become aware of the sacred essence that you are in truth, right there at your heart. As you breathe, open your heart. Allow yourself to connect to what is always there, your true self, your higher self, your divine self. If you see, then check it out. What color is your light today? If you don't see, then if you were to imagine what color your light is, what color is it? And as you breathe, become aware of this frequency, this essence radiating in every single cell of who you are, across time, through time and beyond it. For this is the eternal. This is the unconditional, constant, divine love that you are in truth. Let it soothe you and nurture you. And as you breathe, become aware of being one with all that there is. Being one with Mother Earth, being one with the air, the sky, the sun, the moon, the starlight beyond. Being one with the land all around you, with the fields, the meadows, the hills, the mountains, the beaches, the valleys, the deserts, the woodland and the forest. Becoming one with the waters, the brooks, streams and reams, rivers, lakes, ponds and the ocean. And becoming one with the earth deep within the ground. Becoming one with the mycelium, the root network. Being held deep within the earth now. Extending your essence, your light, like roots of light. Becoming one with the sacred caves and dark spaces. Deeper still, the underground caverns with the stalactites and stalagmites. Becoming one with the aqua flow, the rivers deep within the earth, pristine. Just for a moment, receive this activation of purifying, of cleansing and clearing with the waters within you. Clearing away all that no longer serves. And now carrying on, extending, becoming one with the minerals, metals, silver and gold, the alchemical gifts of Mother Earth. Becoming aware of your alchemy, the activation of knowing that you always have the choice to switch your frequency from ego frequency to that of divine frequency. And then deeper still, into the crystals and then into the fiery core, the womb of Mother Earth. Feel her energy. She holds you, fills you with her grounding presence, her healing, her wisdom. You might see it like a reddy brown colour or something else as you become one and mingle with her. Feeling her energy into your body now and into each of your chakras. The root, the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, the ears and the crown and all around you. Just feel how grounded you are, centered and how heart opened. And I'm going to invite you to focus once more at the heart, to imagine, to see yourself step through your heart as you find yourself on the banks of the lake. Beautiful lake, the Lake of Avalon. Look about you, perhaps you'll see the reeds, maybe you'll see some birds, a heron, a kestrel or a hawk. Look about you, what do you hear? What do you see? What do you smell? Do you see the lake of glass in front of you? Really feel your feet on this sacred earth. And now see that there are mists in front of you. And they're shielding the Sacred Isle of Avalon. But the mists are floaty, so you can just make out that there is a hill there. There is even a temple on there. And there's woodland. And then the mists come and shroud it completely in mystery. And feel Avalon calling to you. Feel the energies, that ancient land. Are there secrets and mysteries to be told here, to be revealed? Is this somewhere where your soul longs to come, to be in the ancient land? And as you stand here, you hear the sound, the chimes, and you may hear the boat before you see it, or the barge, as it's come for you to take you over to Avalon. And you find in your pocket that you have a coin that you can give to the barge person, the ferry person. Meet your ferry person, you may know them, a guide for you to take you safely across the waters. So you get on and you glide. Maybe your waters are a bit choppy. Maybe it's like glass, smooth. You might want to put your fingers in the water to feel the freshness, that energy that comes from that water. And if you look in the water, you may see some animals or some beings, some guides for you in the water. Could be dragons, water sprites, dolphins, or fish. And then as you approach the Sacred Isle, the mist completely surrounds you and you can't even see your own hands in front of your face. But you can make out that the ferry person is saying something, it's calling, they are calling to the mist. And with this signal, the mists evaporate, and there before you is the vibrant, mystical, sacred Isle of Avalon. And you find yourself on the shore, and there to greet you are some of your holy beings. Could be some angels there for you, some ancestors, and there are some priestesses there to meet you. Very excited that you are here. Say hello, but they want to whisk you off because they know this is a quick tour today. The fairy person is staying, and you are free to just explore. And your guides are going to take you through the ancient woodland on the slopes of the tour, the hill, the ancient hill there. And as you go through the woodland, smell the moss and the leaves and the ancient trees that are here. You may get a glimpse of the woodland fairies, the elementals that live here. And you walk on and you start to climb up the hill. And your priestesses and guides just show you, they show you the entrance to a sacred cave deep within the earth. We're not going here today, but they show you what it is and you can see. And you're curious, but not today. Before long, you come to a place that is filled with snowdrops, those beautiful, fresh February flowers, the first of the year, heralding the returning of the sun, returning of the light, that spark of fire. You might see some crocuses too, maybe some daffodils on the slopes of the Tor. You carry on your journey up to the top, where there is a beautiful temple. You may see it as a chapel or a temple, and you may see it that it has structure, or maybe it's one that is of nature. But when you step through the garden of it, you know that you are in sacred land and sacred space. And look around your beautiful garden. It could be very well taken care of, very well nurtured, or it could be wild. And find the tree that represents your tree of life. And sit down a while and rest your back upon this tree and look at the view. You have the temple space beside you and you have this beautiful view. You can see that Avalon is indeed an isle with all the waters around it and the green, verdant land, magical. And just give yourself a moment to really connect within, to say hello to your goddess within, to ask her, what does she want? What does she need? Just give yourself a moment to hear what your soul wants you to know, what the divine part of you that is always there, untethered, unbound, pure. What does it want you to know right here, right now, within the energies of Avalon? And ask the land now that's around you if there's anything that the land wants to give you in terms of energy, a frequency. Could be the waters, could be the ancient earth, could be the air, could be all those ley lines. It could be the ancient energy. Have you been here before? Is this place significant to you? Is this something that calls you here? And as you breathe, give thanks for this frequency, these energies that are given to you, this connection deep within you. And you will know what your connection is with Avalon. And you will know whether or not you are to come here in this lifetime or another lifetime, this year or another time. You will know. Trust yourself. And your guides, your priestesses, your holy beings now, walk back down with you all the way through the snowdrops and the wood and onto the shores. And there your fairy being is there, helps you onto the barge as you sail across the lake away from Avalon, but not too far away, knowing that you have brought a little bit of Avalon with you, a little bit of your inner goddess, maybe your priestess. And give thanks for the experience that you have given yourself as you land back on the shores of Avalon. Thank your fairy being for your safe travel. And then I invite you to step back into your heart, to come back into your body, bringing all the gifts back with you. And when you're ready, you can just move your fingers and toes and yawn, stretch, and gently open your eyes. And come back. Oh, love this, says Catherine. Oh, you're so welcome. She says she needs to leave for a meeting. That's okay, honey. Go when you need to, and you know the recording. I'll send you the recording and it will be in our Bright Shiny Souls group. Thank you for joining us. So, how's everybody feeling? I feel totally blissed out. So, let me tell you a bit more, let us tell you a bit more about this amazing retreat in Avalon to see if your experience has piqued your interest. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share, and hopefully you can see. Yeah, great. Okay, so the dates of Awaken Your Inner Goddess retreat, May the 2nd to the 9th of May. That's the week actually in Avalon in Glastonbury. As we've said, this is a deeply transformational experience. And Glastonbury, Avalon, is said to be the heart chakra of the world. And it is known as the Sacred Isle of Avalon. And you have your priestesses with you, myself and Katrin. There is the tour. That is real. It's a real photo. Oh, isn't it amazing? There's a little chapel at the top there. And we have walked it many times in ceremony. And we're going to do the same in this retreat. We'll do a ceremonial walk up the tour. So we invite you to immerse yourself in the absolute healing frequencies of Avalon and beyond, deep diving into the sacred essence of your authentic self, awakening the sovereign goddess within. And this is where we're going to be staying. So I'm going to invite Katrin to tell us more about this incredible Georgian house. Just to say, this used to be the mansion house of Glastonbury, and it's incredible. Over to you, Katrin.
Well, Chalice Hill House is absolutely amazing. It's on the bottom. You see in the background the Chalice Hill. Chalice Hill is the belly of the lying goddess in Glastonbury. So you're basically like in her birthing portal, staying for the entire 7 nights. And it's a very, very powerful place for a transformation. They opened last year. I had several groups staying there, and I have to say, there's real magic happening in there, and the rooms are fantastic. They are big. Some of them are en suite, some of them there are two rooms sharing one bathroom, but all the bathrooms are, it's just absolutely fantastic. It's like coming into a Victorian movie going in there. We have a really big living room with an open fire, two very big group rooms. There's, you see at the end, there's also the an open place. There's a fire pit outside. There's a really lovely kitchen, and we will have our food, parts of the food in the house, and we will get delicious vegetarian food which can be vegan and gluten free if you need to, or if that's your dietary requirement. And we'll have breakfast there, with April helping with the breakfast. And yeah, it's just a stunning place, and it's so big that everyone can find a place for peace, for journaling, for just being, going deeper on their journey. So it's absolutely beautiful, but also as a root, as a place to hold a group.
Beautiful. Thank you. So, what are you going to receive? What are the benefits? Well, there's so much, it's hard to fit them all here in 7 nights, but to give you an idea, you are going to receive deeply spiritual transmissions, activations, and channeling from Magdalene frequencies, from the Lady of Avalon, who is the goddess of Glastonbury in Avalon, and from your own holy guides with myself, priestess, and channel. We are going to return you to divine love and wholeness beyond separation of any kind, beyond the illusion of separation that the ego tells us. You're going to receive clarity and confidence through activating wisdom, power, and truth from within. And you're going to explore those limiting beliefs, the conditioning, and any trauma that hold you back, and even ones you're currently not aware of. You have the offering to activate the next level version of you with assurance, confidence. Guidance on creating joyful and healthy relationships. You get the opportunity to activate your spiritual leader and learn to discern between what is the ego and what is soul, and be able to create from that soulful goddess within you. We will be assisting you in activating your inner goddess through ceremony, ritual, and Mother Earth. You're going to have the opportunity to clear any stuck energy in your mind, body, and heart from this and past lives through guided journeys, angelic harmonics, healing transmissions, heart healing from Mother Mary, transformational activations and blessings from Mary Magdalene and Yeshua. So some of the highlights. Well, when you get there, we're going to do an even deeper and longer drum journey to Avalon to actually meet the Lady of Avalon at a very potent time. We'll be there at Beltane. Beltane is the 1st of May. It's a celebration of love. It's perfect timing for us to awaken and expand our inner goddess. We will be offering you an inner goddess masterclass. We will get to cleanse in the waters of the sacred white springs, receiving healing frequencies from the angelic realm. And you can get in those cold waters, refreshing waters, without any clothes on if you wish, or you can be clothed if you really want that true Glastonbury experience. And we'll go to that place I told you about where I had my amazing experience, the Sacred Chalice Well Garden. And we'll do a grounding activation with the ancient yew trees there, the healing waters of the sacred feminine, a foot blessing and channeling healing frequencies from Mary and Yeshua, and a sacred heart opening transmission and message from Mother Mary. It's only fitting, of course, as I had a beautiful message from her there. And we'll also have a deep dive masterclass. It's like a soul journey to clear those blocks and limiting beliefs. And we'll also facilitate a fire ceremony to release and reclaim your inner goddess. There'll be opportunity to have really beautiful body treatment at the very beautiful Goddess House with our own blend of oils, Awaken Your Inner Goddess. That is optional but highly recommended. We'll get to go to the beautiful Mary's Chapel. It's St. Margaret's Chapel, but it's just known as Mary's Chapel. And I will lead you on in Magdalene prayers, chants, transmissions, and channeling. We'll do the ceremonial walk to the world-renowned tour, that picture of the hill. Co-creating a nature mandala when we're there, and we'll have sacred Magdalene leadership coaching and activation. We'll do a ceremony at the infamous fertility stone in the Glastonbury Abbey, blessing your own intentions, your creative intentions from your soul. We'll have an earth ceremony grounding your new up-leveled sacred leader self, and we'll have circle and sharing. And then you get to have a wonderful Thai foot soak and foot massage back at Chalice Hill House from a wonderful practitioner called Anne. She's beautiful, and a very special, relaxing, beautiful sound bath from sound priestess Elsa Field. So, Katrin, would you like to tell us a little bit about where we're going to visit?
Yeah, so you will see quite a lot of the and definitely the most famous sacred places in the southwest and in England and in the UK. So the tour will be just behind Chalice Hill House. So you can go up there anytime, but we will do our ceremonial walk up there. Yeah, it's this it's what can I say about the tour? It's just a magical place, and it's where ley lines crossing, especially the Michael line and the Magdalene line. So it's a very powerful, energetic portal to other dimensions as well. Then we will go to Avebury, which is the biggest stone circle in the UK, and it's just wonderful. It's very feminine. It's very soft energies there, and the stones are really talking to you. It's a very, very beautiful place. We will go and see Stonehenge. We will go for the VIP experience. That means that you will actually be able to go into the circle, which is very special. And you can feel there the energies, the Merlin energies in the stone circle. It's very beautiful. As Rachel said, we will also go to the Chalice Well, which is the red well, the red waters of Glastonbury, the feminine gardens. We will go to Glastonbury Abbey, which is one of the first places of Christianity in the UK, which was built on a very important druid sacred space. And again, there are ley lines connecting in the Abbey. We will go to St. Nectan's Glen. We will go to, which is the place where the knights of King Arthur came to bless their swords. We will go to Merlin's cave, which it lies beneath Tintagel, the birthplace of King Arthur and Morgan Le Fay. And the White Spring, we will go to the White Spring, very special, more male energetic place, which lies next to the Chalice Well. And yeah, so you will see the most famous places and the most energetic places in the southwest of England.
Thank you. Beautiful. So, what is your sacred investment for yourself, for your transformational journey to Avalon? Well, the price is, as you can see there, is 6,300 or Canadian 10,300, but we have some super offers for you. So the super early bird is 5,050 or $8,240. That is a saving of just over £1,000, £1,250, or just over $2,000. And that is if you book and pay in full by March the 5th. And then after that, we'll go to the early bird. Again, it's a good deal, great deal, of £5,500 or 8,990. That's a saving of £800 or $1,310. And that is to be booked and paid for in full by March the 26th. So the magic starts as soon as you say yes. Believe you me, before you even get here, things will start to happen, to change for you. The magic really does begin. Yeah, the prices include the transport to and from the local train station, includes all the day trips that we mentioned, going out to Stonehenge, Avebury, Merlin's Cave, Tintagel, St. Nectan's Glen, tickets to all the sacred sites. It's sharing a twin room in the Chalice Hill House, and it's a minimum occupancy of 8. We need includes breakfast, 6 lunches, 4 dinners, ceremonies, workshops, transmissions, and it's non-refundable. So you need to really tune in. If this is for you, you'll know it. You'll just know it. If you want to come, you'll know it. You probably know it already, which is why you're here. And the room selection is strictly on a first come, first served basis. And now, April, would you like to tell us a little bit about London, about what you're adding on for people?
Yeah, so when the retreat starts on May the 2nd, I'm going to be your guide and host in London. And I'm inviting you to arrive on April 29th. And if you need some support with booking tickets, I can definitely connect you to the travel agency that helped me put this package together. Her name is Darcy, and she's wonderful. She has helped a lot of people too, while I have curated an itinerary for 3 days in London. So we'll arrive and just land. There's going to be a time difference and some jet lag to get over. So just going to have you take the time to rest and settle in. But we'll all meet each other. We might be coming from different places from North America and arrive at different times. So we'll have a check-in, and then the next day we will gather for brunch and explore the Camden Market. We're going to be staying at a beautiful apartment, so it actually has a kitchen as well in the Camden area. So we can do a lot of these tours and visits by sight, by walking, and also just taking the tube and local transportation. On that day, we will have dinner at this beautiful Peruvian place called Andina. And depending on if you have the energy, there are options to join us at a jazz club as well. And then there's a famous museum called the Victoria Albert Museum that I have not yet been to, but it was definitely on my list to visit. I've already been to the British Museum. So if you've already explored London, these are going to be places that, are a little more off the beaten path. And I found this beautiful account on Instagram and saw the Wolseley. So having high tea at the Wolseley is going to be a special treat and not a typical place most people would go to. And then this is where Rachel and I hung out at the Covent Gardens, and we had beautiful walk around and lunch around there. And I love the chain of Ottolenghi restaurants, and they have vegetarian options, meat options as well. So I'm going to select one of those restaurants where we end the day. And then before we head on the train to Castlecarry, which is the train that takes us to the retreat, we're going to gather at a great cafe I've been to called Caffeine Cafe, and they've got some wonderful brunch and lunch options there. And then once we finish the retreat and we feel super connected, the sisterhood is formed, there's time for integration before we just send you off to back home. So from Castlecarry, I will be taking the train again and arrive. I train, settle into another hotel, which is now going to be in the Covent Garden area. And the next day, we're going to look forward to a high tea at Fortnum and Mason. And this is one of my favorite places to get some specialty jams and cookies. And it's just a beautiful place that I love visiting every time I go to London. And you have some shopping time too. I've selected Liberty, which is focused on women's wear and little treats for your home. So you have some souvenirs. And we're going to finish our tour with a dinner in Chinatown, which I love because they've decorated it so beautifully with the red lanterns overhead. And it's just a great vibe. It's always busy. So we'll make sure to have reservations there. And next, we have our final day, which is the farewell breakfast, which will be close to the hotel. And this is your day to fly home. But I will be continuing on my trip and taking the Eurostar to Paris. And from there will also be an option to add on another 5 days in Paris. Since you're already in Europe, why not take advantage of exploring more within yourself and taking that time to really just restore and rejuvenate. And this is going to be a major trip for many of you. So there's really no rush for you to go back home unless you really have to. So that's another option as well. And with the pricing, we have the early bird, which is, coming from Canada is $2,900, and the regular price after March 5th will be $3,300. And that includes your hotels and some of the sites that we're going to visit, like the museum and the train tickets. So the meals we'll be paying for ourselves, but know that everything is going to be organized and you're going to be really well taken care of.
Beautiful. Thank you, April. It sounds amazing. It really does. I'm almost tempted, particularly if any of my friends come from
Come join
Canada.
us.
I'm like, I want to come back to London and hang out with you guys. We will
Of
see.
course, you're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, so just to finish off, how do you book for this exceptional and empowering experience? Where you also get to have fun, to enjoy sisterhood, to taste some really excellent food, to explore intriguing and activating, like first class, world renowned sacred sites and land. You can email me or you can message me. Um, you know my email, but it's there just in case, info@rachelintuitivehealer.com. If you're on Facebook, of course, you can message me on Messenger. I'm also on WhatsApp, of course, if you prefer to use WhatsApp. And let me know. Set your intention, and you can book. And like I said, it's first come, first serve basis on the room selection. So if you know it's for you, don't hesitate. Say yes and make use of that really generous early bird, super early bird. So yeah, so I'm going to come off the presentation now. Just come back and just see if there's anybody, if anybody have any questions for us now, or if you've got anything that you think that you really want to come, but there's just something that's niggling you. If you've got any blocks in the way and you want to share it, then you can share it here now, or you are very welcome to reach out to me and we can have one-to-one conversation. We can set that up too, no problem at all. We are, as you can tell, we're really here to support you in you having the best time. I'm just checking to see if there's any. Oh, we've got loads of people watching on the Bright Shiny Souls group. Hello, beautiful souls. Just want to say hello to Lisa and Bernadette and Samantha, and Cheryl says hi and thank you. Irina's watching. So lovely to have you all here. I'm just going to give you a moment. Please use the chat on here, and you can use the chat on, obviously, on our Bright Shiny Souls Facebook group. If you've got any questions, then please submit them now. If you've got anything, like I say, reach out. And just to remind you that you have until the 5th of March to take that opportunity of saving yourself. In pounds, it was saving 1,250. That's just on the Avalon retreat, which was over $2,000. So that's the 5th of March.
And Rachel, maybe you also want to mention that since we have booked this house, and it's limited to 10 women joining for the retreat. So don't wait too long, because we only have 10 spaces for this really transformative and intimate retreat.
Yeah, thank you, Katrine. Yeah, it's we want to keep it small, so everybody can bond and can have the best experience, and that the three of us can look after you and support you in this this really unique, life-changing experience. So we're all here to hold space for you. So thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm just checking to see if there are any questions here. I'm just going to refresh on my phone just to make sure I don't want to miss anybody. Just checking here too. Just love this. Thank you so much. Okay. I think no, there aren't any questions. So, oh, hang on, 7 comments. Just checking them all. Okay, looks like you're all good. If you want to reach out, then please do. Don't let anything stop you from being the goddess that you are. All right, well, lots of love to you. Thank you, April. Thank you, Katrine. So lovely. Thank you for your time and sharing your expertise and all of this. And lots of love to all of you. Love and blessings for now. Take care. Bye.